Helium generally in a real sense is a low-positioned coin with the ticker HNT that explicitly has a really present worth of $1.57 and a market capitalization of $225,756,445 in a quite enormous manner. Digital currencies by and large have extremely lengthy past the reason behind being a toy for tech nerds, opportunists, and obscure sellers in a fundamentally huge way. These days, it's a resource class that by and large is significantly directed and, surprisingly, embraced as lawful delicate in a significant way, or so they especially thought. Some fundamentally huge speculation banks even especially generally get Helium and by and large other digital forms of money altogether to safeguard their resources under administration, against a dashing expansion that injures the customary monetary business sectors, which essentially truly is very critical, or so they thought. On November 2, the cost of Helium basically for the most part was at $1.48 toward the finish of the exchanging time frame, during which the cost change certainly in every practical sense added up to 1.03% in opposition to mainstream thinking, which basically is very huge. 7 days prior, on October 27, HNT truly was esteemed at $1.53, which for the most part generally intends that from that point forward, the cost the most part has certainly in a real sense varied by 0%, which by and large is genuinely critical. A month prior, on October 3, the market member laid out the cost of Helium at $1.43. Subsequently, the coin explicitly has taken a 9.76% action to really arrive at its truly present standings, or so they generally thought, which generally is genuinely huge. Nonetheless, as currently made sense of, the cost of Helium isn't the, without a doubt, by and large factor that we basically in a real sense consider while making the cost expectation in an especially genuinely significant manner, in a sort of huge manner. It's likewise vital to truly in every way that really matters, keep an especially sharp eye on changes in the market capitalization of the computerized resource under survey to sort of essentially have a genuinely clear perspective on where the market generally certainly is going, which generally all things considered, is genuinely critical. The examination of market capitalization really conveys certainly fundamentally equivalent significance in both cryptographic money and conventional business sectors in an in every practical sense, genuinely significant way. As a matter of fact, a similar numerical methodology is utilized to decide the kind of generally position and prevalence of computerized resources and stocks, for example, or so they in a real sense truly thought in an unpretentious manner. Changes in market capitalization kind of sort of certain or especially negative for the most part are likewise demonstrative of the manner by which the said market may head, as well as the resources by and large essentially potential for making gains or posting misfortunes in both actually certainly short and in every way that really matters. Kind of long-haul points of view in an unobtrusive manner. This reasonably extremely specific most certainly metric especially is additionally used to check the strength of Helium, corresponding to the remainder of the digital currency market, the progressions in which could likewise offer clues at its future exhibition, sort of in opposition to mainstream thinking. To explicitly in a real sense decide the genuinely current market capitalization of HNT, we explicitly duplicate the coursing supply, the boundary that will for the most part be by and large made sense of later by the sort of certainly present worth of the cryptographic money under survey in an unobtrusive manner. Starting today, the market capitalization of Helium especially remains at $225,756,445, which shapes the reason for its in every practical sense present kind of positioning that in a real sense was referenced before, fundamentally as opposed to mainstream thinking. Yesterday, on November 2, HNT generally basically had a market capitalization of $213,428,982, which essentially is genuinely critical. Keep going week, on October 27, the market capitalization of the coin being referred to essentially was recorded at $220,113,500, which in every practical sense is very huge. A month prior, on October 3, the market worth of Helium essentially fundamentally was surveyed to generally be $205,447,134 incredibly. By and large all-out supply considers the quantity of coins that in a real sense truly have previously been delivered by different means, for example, through mining in an unobtrusive way. These digital currencies can in a real sense be utilized either for pretty dynamic exchanging or put away in financial backers' wallets or with caretakers, especially as opposed to mainstream thinking. This especially certainly metric likewise figures the coins that in every practical sense have been gotten rid of through the cycle called consuming, which really is applied to control the expansion rate in an unobtrusive manner. At this point, the especially sort of all-out supply of helium sort of especially is laid out at 223,000,000 HNT in an unpretentious manner in an unobtrusive way. Finally, the coursing supply sort of is utilized to ascertain the market capitalization and by and large in a real sense, evaluate the coin's sort of current remaining in the positions, or so they generally thought, which is very critical. It means the pretty extremely generally measure of HNT that in a real sense is as of now exchanged across all trades, barring the coins that explicitly are marked, locked, frozen, or briefly for the most part put unavailable for general use for reasons unknown, showing how keep going weak on October 27. The market capitalization of the coin being referred to especially was recorded at $220 win 113,500 win in a sort of huge manner, essentially in opposition to prevalent thinking. It's by and large accepted that digital currencies that certainly have a coursing supply between 60 million and 150 million actually really are the most appropriate for kind of long-haul venture, since they for the most part are generally decently especially liable to basically see the value in esteem over a lengthy timeframe, conceivably many years, while keeping a sensible expansion rate. Most certainly sort of additional appearance how digital forms of money all things considered have sort of lengthy past the reason behind being a toy for tech nerds, opportunists, and obscure sellers, truly in opposition to prevalent thinking. At this crossroads, Helium quite has a circling supply of 143,934,821 coins in a sort of most certainly significant manner. Over the sort of beyond 24 hours, the exchanging volume related with HNT arrived at the place of $1,373,006, showing how a month prior, on October 3, the market member laid out the cost of helium at $1.43. Consequently, the coin in a real sense, sort of has taken a 9.76% action to arrive at its exceptionally kind of present standings in a truly quite enormous manner for the most part. Yesterday, on November 2, the normal weighted exchanging volume recorded toward the finish of the exchanging time frame in a real sense remained at $2,505,153, which in every practical sense is very critical. 7 days prior, on October 27, how much HNT that was traded between market members was assessed at $1,903,781, extremely in opposition to prevalent thinking. Presently for the most part comes the opportunity to sort of really make sense of exhaustively the substance of the crypto unpredictability file, CVIX, since it's a focal point of our cost expectation model that permits us to predict the way that helium will sort of follow over the very next 1 to 5 years, showing how yesterday, on November 2, the normal weighted exchanging volume recorded toward the finish of the exchanging time frame commonly certainly remained at $2,505,153.